Advice TV community. I am so excited to be live with you today, October 1st. How exciting it is for this first live for me in a quite a long time, actually. And I decided to try something a little bit different, a little bit new, in order to stretch myself and my comfort zone, in order to provide you with more guidance, more support in 2024. And the whole point is to create a community where individuals are able to support each other, where individuals are able to accomplish their goals, and where we all learn from each other's steps and successes, celebrating each other's accomplishments while also supporting each other when the going gets tough. Because at the time of a breakup, we know how challenging it can be. We know that our emotions can take over, and very often we don't really feel like ourselves. It's as if something is off, and we perhaps start to see ghosts. We don't trust our own actions, our own words. We have doubts. We're walking on eggshells. And having a community is so essential to be able to get that support that you feel that you need, and also to make sure that we're connecting with others that are going through that same process, with others that understand what we're going through. And that's what this is all about. So my hope, if this is something that is beneficial to you guys, is to be able to come on here once in a while to share some of the most pressing themes and concepts that I've been exploring in coaching sessions, as well as to provide you with an opportunity to answer the questions that you have and to guide you on this journey. And so I invite you to really go into the chat and tell me, introduce yourself. Tell me where are you connecting from, and what is it that you're going through, and also what questions you have for me. So far, I don't see any questions in the chat. And so please do let me know if you can hear me okay, if you're able to engage with me, because my hope is for this to be a very live and interactive space. So please share your questions with me in the chat. So I wanted to really share a few foundational principles in order for us to be on the same page. And the first concept that I want to share with you is true understanding, right? You really need to make sure that you understand why you are where you are today. What happened to get to this point? Was it that you perhaps became complacent? Was it that you needed to learn some things about yourself in order to be in a more mature relationship? Was it that you took your partner for granted? Or was it that you lost yourself in this dynamic? And it's important for you to understand not just how you got here, but also what are the things that you need to work on in order to make sure that you set yourself up for success. Not just to get your ex back, but really for you to be ready to be in a healthy and happy relationship. And so that's what this is going to be all about. We need to start with true understanding. So I see questions and comments now flowing in, which is wonderful. This is exactly what I was hoping for. So Albie, thank you for your positive feedback. You think this is a great idea. This makes me happy. And again, my hope is to be able to be closer to you than ever before. So Dania says, Coach Adrian, I separated from my husband 3 weeks ago. I was in a relationship with him for 13 years. He treated me bad. He didn't commit to the relationship. He is narcissistic. I'm going through a lot. Dania, I am so sorry to hear about what it is that you're going through. I empathize. Going through a separation is super challenging, especially when you've been married and with someone for 13 years. And, ultimately, you saying that you're going through a lot is a little bit of an understatement. I know that it's life changing, devastating. Your entire identity sometimes is completely shattered, and you feel like you have to kind of pick up the pieces and rebuild in every element, every area of your life. So, Dania, what I will tell you is that first and foremost, if your husband treated you poorly, if you feel that he has toxic tendencies, then perhaps this separation is a good thing. It will help you to heal. It will help you to take a step back and to set healthy boundaries in order for you to regain a sense of self-confidence, a sense of self-respect, and really to make sure that indeed you are fighting the good fight with the right person for you. So ultimately, before we even think about working things out, getting back together, we need to make sure that he also has made some changes, that he has learned some things, and that he's ready to really come correct in this new relationship. Is he going to be able to earn your trust again? So for me, Danya, it all starts with your healing process, first and foremost, and also making sure that we create the conditions to make sure that this man comes back in a new way, with new intentions. And that is connected to this notion of true understanding the reasons why this person treated you poorly and the role that each other played. That's going to be absolutely essential. Now, again, I'm here to support you. Thank you for sharing. My hope is that in the future, when we do these lives, if this is something that you guys enjoy, and if you do, please like it so that I can have a sense of how engaged you are and how nice and of a platform this is. But my hope is that in the future, I could bring some of you live so that we could have a little bit of an interaction and a dialogue, that you could share in real time some of your questions, some of your experiences, and some of what you are feeling. So Shapater says, my ex is not responding and dating someone else. What should I do? So that is a very common theme, actually, that I see. A lot of time when an ex, after a relationship, starts to date someone else, they all of a sudden now start to ignore you. And it triggers you. And so you reach out more. You want to get their validation. You want to get their attention. And the more you push, actually, the more they start to ignore you, the more they take you for granted. It's a negative spiral then. The more you start to feel like crap, the more you lose confidence, and the more we lose control over the process. So if your ex is dating someone else, we're not trying to compete with that other person. Okay? It's important, again, true understanding what led to this. Did you push them into someone else's arms? Were they never committed to the relationship in the first place? Do you guys even share the same values? So you need to ask yourself these fundamental questions in order to have a firm understanding of whether this is also still worth fighting for. Okay? We're not looking for a quick fix just to get them back quickly. Is the foundation in place for a new and improved relationship? That would be the first question that I think that you need to ask yourself. Manny says, I'm Manny. She let me in, but I pushed and was needy, and she stopped talking to me again. Is there still a chance? Manny, thank you so much for your question. I think that this is a beautiful question, and one actually that many people can relate to, because this process is not linear, Manny. Oftentimes we make progress. We start to watch some videos and understand a lot about the role that we played in this dynamic, how we were needy. And, we learn a little bit about this mindset, this no contact mindset, not just not reaching out to your significant other, but actually doing the work to use this crisis as an opportunity to grow, to better yourself. And so you start to see results. This person starts to see a shift in the dynamic, and so they come back. But if you haven't changed, not just understood what went wrong, but actually taken steps to build new foundational habits, um, new patterns of behavior, then you're just going to push them away. Really, you cannot fake it till you make it, not in this process. And so quite often you take 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but don't let that affect you, Manny. Just because you've pushed them away and they stopped talking to you doesn't mean that all hope is lost. It's an opportunity for you to identify actually where you're at in this process and to refine this process of personal growth. And so all hope is not lost. And I invite you to take this as an opportunity to continue to focus on what you can control. That's what this process is all about. It's about growth, right? So I hope that this is helpful, Manny. Please don't hesitate to share some feedback in that regard. I'm excited because now many of you are participating. The questions are coming in, and I'm starting to see the value of this platform in some ways. So Golem says, my ex is in a rebound. Been in a rebound for a year. I've started detaching. She sometimes reaches out to me. 1 week ago, I made a mistake. Contacted her brother and offered some help, I guess, connecting with your ex, and she blocked you again. So Manny, Golem, I'm sorry, I would not beat yourself up. Even though a year has passed, it still seems to me that much still needs to be learned in how to deal with your emotions and also how to connect in a very pure, intentional way. So we're going to stay free from manipulation, deception, desperation in any way. And I would rather have you reach out to your ex directly. Don't reach out to friends or family members, because your ex is going to see that as a manipulative move. And very often, it's going to make them trust you less. So if your ex is in a rebound relationship, make sure that they're not connecting with you just to get some sort of validation and ego boost, only to discard you and take you for granted. So don't panic, but also make sure that you maintain your value and don't just take what she gives you. So Albi says, I have a question. Self-improvement makes me feel empowered and better about myself. Sometimes I don't want to get back together with him. Would he feel the same doing no contact? Beautiful question. Thank you, Albi, for sharing this question. And I wanted to share this question with all of you because the truth is that most of you, all of you, I would say, are afraid that your ex is going to move on and forget about you. And you're also attached to the past relationship. And somehow you feel that if you detach yourself, perhaps not only will your ex also detach, but that you're going to stop loving them. But that's not the case. That is not the case. You're actually creating the conditions for them to choose you, for them to co-create a new relationship with you. And that's powerful. That's what this is about. It's not about tricking them. It's about helping them realize what they have lost. And Albi, that is exactly what you are doing. Of course, the key is not just no contact and not communicating with them. The key is, what is it that you're doing during this time? How are you nurturing the right mindset in order to genuinely offer something new? And if you take those steps, then it's okay for you to initiate a contact in due time when you are ready, because that's going to enable you to connect with this person in a way that will actually rebuild attraction. It won't feel like you're trying to convince them of something. It'll feel like it did the first time around when you first met. That's what this is about. And I think that you're actually approaching this process the right way. And I encourage you to continue to do so. I see that there are a lot of questions coming in about no contact. And this is fantastic. And it actually gives me an opportunity to share with you some exciting news. And the news is that I've actually created a new channel, a new YouTube channel called No Contact Mindset, specifically geared towards no contact. All questions that are linked to no contact, how to communicate with an ex, and really how to get back with an ex after a breakup are addressed on this channel. And I really encourage you to go check it out because I think that it can be life-changing for you. And it's going to provide you with even more support and more guidance. So I'm going to drop that in the chat. This is a new YouTube channel that just started last month, and I'm trying to post videos every other day to really provide you with even more support. Really, that's what this is about. So you see, I am stretching my comfort zone in the same way that I ask you to stretch your comfort zone. So I'm going to try to do these lives, answer your questions, really get to know you more. And also I've started this other channel just geared towards no contact. And there are more and more exciting things that are coming up. I want to do more free live trainings as well, because that's yet another level of intimacy and connection that we get to do. So speaking of no contact, here, Ohad has a question. And Ohad says, I do no contact for 3 months. I've done no contact for 3 months. I've grown a lot. Me and my ex were together for 2 years. Then we broke up for 1 year and 6 months. And then we were together again. So this has been an on and off relationship. She told me that we will not come back together, but I still believe that we are meant to be. And before I wasn't ready for a relationship and a commitment, haha. But now, basically you are, and he's trying to consider the right timing to approach and how to do it, right? So this, again, is a very, very common question. Many people want to know, when do I reach out? How do I reach out? And this is a question that I get asked in private coaching sessions all the time. And it's a legitimate question. You know, you want to know how does one even just reconnect with an ex? And so the truth is that, first and foremost, you need to understand that no contact is not a communication strategy. You have been led to believe by a lot of coaches online that it is. You just stop connecting with your ex, they miss you, they reach out, bam, you're back together. It doesn't work that way. That is manipulative, actually. And you haven't really transformed. You're not offering something new. You're just waiting for your ex to reach out to you. So we need to put that notion of no contact in the past. And so my question then becomes, what was your mindset? Actually, what did you achieve over the last 3 months? How has your pattern of behavior evolved? How are you now offering something new? And if you're able to really articulate that, then perhaps, yes, it is time to reach out to them, especially if you feel like you can do so without coming on too strong. And so the key then becomes, how do you reach out and reconnect with this person that you care about and love without forcing yourself into their lives? How do we do that in an organic way, in a natural way, in a way that is easy for this other person to respond to you? Those are some of the principles that I want you to think about. But ultimately, you have these answers. I'm here as a coach to provide you with foundational principles, right? You need to figure out how to apply those principles to your day-to-day. That's what coaching is all about, empowering you to be able to make good decisions in real time. I don't want you to depend on me and these videos and these lives forever. That's besides the point. My role is to empower you to start to understand and to think on your feet when things feel right, because you've advanced your emotional intelligence and your knowledge of relationships. So ultimately, it's very important for you to understand that it's not a one-size-fits-all. Not everyone is going to need to approach their breakup recovery process the same way. And that's why we do private coaching, actually. In videos like this and lives like this, I provide you with overarching concepts that are applicable to most of you. And they're important. And I know that you get a lot of value out of it. That's why you're taking time out of your busy day to be there, to support each other, and to be connected. But ultimately, what I cannot do until and unless I understand the intricacies of your situation and what you're going through is tell you exactly this is the right next step for you. And that's why private coaching is so crucial and why private coaching is so important. And so for those of you who are interested, and for those of you who feel like you need more support because the videos, the lives aren't enough, know that you can reach out to a member of our team who can really take time to set up a call with you, talk for 30 minutes, and see if it's the right fit for you to work with us through one of the different coaching programs that we offer. I shared a link again in the chat. You're going to see that this is Coach Alex's success manager. But if you would like to work with me personally, once you set up a call, you can let him know, hey, I feel more comfortable with Coach Adrian. I would rather book a private coaching with them, or with him, I'm sorry, and it will be my pleasure to do so. But this is only for those that are really, truly committed and willing to put in the work. Especially if you're going to work with me, I'm not going to just tell you, okay, do this to try to get their attention and so they come back to you. I would like for us to work together hand in hand for a few weeks, if not for a few months, to lay the foundation for a healthy love to flourish. So if you're committed to that type of work, please let them know that you want to work with me, and it will be my pleasure to connect with you and help you reach your goals. So, Golem, I wouldn't apologize to your ex. It's okay. The mistake is made. Let's not compound the mistake. Okay, just move forward. Let's learn from this and avoid making the same mistake over and over and over again. We don't want to be stuck in the past. Okay. So I have another question here. I see that there are a few of you that are participating a lot, and the guys in particular participating a lot. I see Coach Alex is liking this. Thank you, Coach Alex, for the good vibes here. Coach Alex is, thank you for your support, my brother. You know how much I appreciate that. I see we have Anita from Cameroon, West Africa also. Wow, that's super cool. So I just shared another comment here from Awo who said, hi, I initiated the breakup with my ex over a month ago. I miss him terribly and have been thinking about reaching out to apologize and make amends. Can you give me advice? Thank you for being so candid. Thank you for sharing, actually, and being vulnerable and sharing what you are going through. And, many of the individuals who reach out to us actually have been broken up with, but many also initiated the breakup, just like our dear friend Awo here. And it's okay. If you initiated the breakup, you also needed to learn some things. I have been in relationships in the past where I initiated the breakup thinking I would be happier, and I realized then that I had made a mistake, that I was just immature, or that I didn't appreciate my partner for all that they brought to the table. And so no judgment here. What you can do is reconnect with your significant other and also let them know, hey, I realized that it wasn't you, it was me. I was going through some, existential issues, and I kind of let this out on you, and for that I apologize. And if I hurt you, I'm sorry. You don't need to convey to them that you want to get back together, but validating them, taking accountability, showing them that you actually are more self-aware without pushing an agenda, without trying to, see them right away or talk about getting back together, just showing maturity and letting them know that you apologize for the pain that you may have caused them can very much be something that I would recommend, especially if you feel like you mean it, and again, we're not going to manipulate them. We're not doing this just so that they take us back. We're doing this because it's the right thing to do, because it's going to help you be proud of what you see in the mirror, sleep more comfortably at night, regain a sense of self-respect. The more you do that, and the more we show our significant other that we are willing to put our ego aside, the more likely it is that a new relationship can flourish. So don't feel bad, take positive steps, and let's see what happens from there. And perhaps the next time I come on and do a live like this, you can give us an update and let us know how, what happened and how things are going. By the way, if you're enjoying this right now, please let me know. Let my team know. Either like it, tell me in the comment section, this is amazing, so that we continue to put the time and the resources to do this on a more regular basis. I would love to do this every week with you because, like I said, my goal for the next 3 months is to be closer to this community than ever before and to provide spaces where you guys can support each other. Don't just look at me as the expert who has all the answers. You guys have a lot of experience that you can share with each other in the chat. So if you see a question pop up, don't be afraid to support that person, to provide some sort of guidance, answers, etc. Okay, so I want to make sure that I give a chance to different people to ask their questions. All right. Dawn says, my long distance relationship ex of 16 years broke up with me in July when he told me he was leaving me for another woman that lives in Cuba. And he had met last December on one of his trips there. She is much younger. Dawn, I am so sorry to hear about what you're going through. 16 years is a lifetime. I've been in long distance relationships. I understand what it takes, the commitment that it takes, the toll that it takes also. And so to go through a breakup is one thing. To be left for someone else is another. And for a woman especially, to be left with a younger woman is like an additional adding insult to injury. And so I empathize, and I thank you for being so also candid and prepared to share here with us what you're going through. From my experience, when situations like this occur, your ex is making a short-sighted, impulsive, emotional decision that they will regret. In the short term, it doesn't look that way. You're the one suffering. They look like they're happy. They look like they're starting a new life with someone else. But I believe in karma, and I believe in doing the right thing. So if you don't want to be with someone, I'm not saying that you have to force the issue, but there's a way to do things, and that's not it. And so, again, just like I was telling some friends here, you don't want to take a short-term approach. We do not want to validate inadequate, improper behavior. And so don't chase. Don't try to ask why. Don't go to Cuba chasing this man, basically, is what I'm trying to convey to you, is let him understand the consequences of his actions. And use this as an opportunity to learn who you are outside of this relationship. For 16 years, you've been with this man, long distance, all the sacrifices that you've made. Okay, now take a step back and try to understand who are you outside of this relationship. Give yourself time to heal. If this is going to work out again, this man needs to, again, earn your trust. This is a serious breach of trust, and he needs to develop certain qualities to make sure that he will never, ever, ever make you go through this again. He has to fight for you. He has to win you back. And if he doesn't, it simply means that he was not the right person for you, and it is not a reflection of your worth. And Don, it would be my pleasure to support you in any way possible, because I know how devastating this is. So if you want to work with me, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out to a member of our team. I've shared the link again here. You can set up a call. It really explains the details of what it is that you're going through. See if it makes sense. And if it does, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It would really, really, really be my pleasure to support you if it makes sense for you, right? So I'm getting a lot of positive messages in the comment section. Thank you, Manuel. I know that our coaching session isn't for everybody. I know that it's expensive, and it's just a reflection of the limited time that I actually have right? Not that I don't want to support you, but that's why I do these lives. That's why we do free content, free videos. That's why we have online courses from anywhere from, $20 to my master course, which is the most comprehensive course ever created when it comes to, rebuilding a healthy relationship that I'm very proud of. That's more pricey, and everything in between. Okay. And that's why I do these lives, is to support you, because I really love what I do. And I love also helping those that are most vulnerable and most in need. And sometimes those individuals can't afford coaching. And that's why I do these lives. So come on, be prepared, ask your questions, engage. Let's make the most of this. Okay. Okay, Shot says, I've been in the gym, just got my first career job and seeing a psychologist. Shout out to Shot. Shout out to Shot, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is growth. This is the mindset here. This is using crisis as an opportunity to grow. That is what I'm talking about. So I really encourage you to take positive steps, just like this friend right here, because those are the transformational elements of breakup recovery that helps you to turn crisis into an opportunity, into a victory. So don't be afraid, actually, to make life-changing, altering decisions and steps after a breakup. Okay, it's the same friends that are sharing a lot, that are really talkative. So I hope that those of you who are more shy will get a chance to also share if you feel like it. No pressure. A shout out to those friends that are on TikTok, Love Advice TV TikTok. Thank you for following us as well. You can also ask your questions. I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't like social media, right? But I'm really trying to stretch my comfort zone here. TikTok, and Instagram, trying to learn about, doing reels more consistently, doing these lives on YouTube, all to be closer to you and to be of service, because this is really my calling and what I love to do. So I hope that, again, this will be of value. And so if you also value this, please share with others, in your friends, people in your network that that are struggling in their marriage, in their relationships. If you feel like they need support, they probably need support. Most of us need support. Let them know that this resource is out here. And all I want is to be able to connect with good people who are fighting the good fight, just like you, and wanting to learn from one another, because I learn every single day through the efforts and the humble steps that good people like you are taking. And that's why I love coaching sessions, private coaching sessions, because I really get to walk this journey with you in a way that I cannot otherwise. Okay, so I had told myself and my amazing team that I would like to thank for making this happen, because this is truly amazing, that I was going to come on for 30 minutes, and we're about there. So again, hopefully this is the first of many, and perhaps I can do this on a regular basis at a specific time, on a specific day, so that you guys know when you can come on and interact with me. Thank you, Dawn, for your kind words. Like I said, I appreciate your words. They bring me joy, and that's how you fuel my fire. So like I was telling you, Don, if there's more to your story, please reach out to our team. You can set up a free call. It's an assessment, really, to see if working together makes sense, to see if I could be of more support to you. And if that would be the case, it would be my pleasure to connect with you. And so just click on that link and set up a call. And if you'd like, no pressure. And then we'll, because you said that there was more to your story, and I want to make sure that I honor that and understand the intricate details of what you're going through. So, a lot of exciting things. I shared with you that there's a specific channel on No Contact where I post at least every other day that has been released. It's just fresh off the press. And it's called No Contact Mindset. And it's a YouTube channel. I think you're going to love it. And again, I've shared the link with you in the chat. I'm going to share it again. Subscribe and check out these videos when you have a little bit of time, when you feel down. It's going to really support, to help you. I know that my dear colleague, Coach Alex, is also doing a free live training this week. He's going to actually come on live on this YouTube channel, Love Advice TV, later today. We're putting in the work. We're locked in. And he's going to, I think, tell you a little bit more about that. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, and we're fighting the good fight. And we're locked in every day. So, so Shot is asking me, this will be the last question. Should you share this victory of securing your first career job because she used to support you? You know, this is not a one-size-fits-all answer. Part of me wants to say yes, if you've reached a certain level of detachment and if you have no expectations. But oftentimes, people do that as a way to validate their growth. You want her to say, yay, that's amazing. And if this person, or you want him to say that, and if they don't, then it sets you back, actually. We don't want your ex to think that you're taking these steps simply to tell them, right? So this is the nuance of this process, actually, and where you can make tremendous progress or quickly get back together or be stuck and not understand why is this person acting, so douchey, or why are they not happy for me? It's because they think you're being manipulative, or they see that as desperate. And if so, really be self-aware to make sure that, it doesn't come off in that way. And if you're unsure or how to approach it, book a private coaching if you can, and we can walk, we can figure this out together. But either way, what you've already accomplished is amazing, and you should be very, very proud. So, to wrap up, thank you for being live. Thank you for your support. I think this was a great success, and I'm excited to continue to do this. And a special shout out to our amazing team behind the scenes that have made this happen. And until next time, keep fighting the good fight.